Hello and welcome to our look at the Tuesday, August 12th trading session. In front of you is the economic calendar, and you can see right off the bat we start with Chinese new yuan loans, and that is considered to be a high priority announcement. A little bit different than most announcements though, because the Chinese yuan is very difficult to trade itself, and of course the Chinese markets are almost impossible as well. So really what this does is it tends to set the attitude of the markets for the day. The proxy is the Australian dollar, so that is without a doubt probably where we would look to trade. The Aussie dollar is currently sitting at roughly 0.9250 with a significant amount of support there and the 0.92 level. So a good Chinese loans number suggests that perhaps the economy is going fairly well in China. China buys a huge portion of its raw materials from Australia, so therefore as things look good in China, they look good in Australia. So look at that as a bit of a proxy trade. We do have some other announcements coming out of China, but quite frankly nothing that is overly exciting. Australia itself has business confidence. If the Aussie dollar is already moving and this is in tune with the move, in other words, if it's strong and the Chinese yuan numbers, loan numbers are strong, then this could be a little bit of a boost just to go a little bit higher. Right now, it's likely that if we do go higher, we're probably going to aim for the 0.9350 level. After that, though, we have a bunch of just general numbers that probably won't move much in the way of the markets. Industrial production out of Japan, though, could be of importance for the US dollar-Japanese yen pair. Look for that to potentially move the market slightly. We are sitting at the 102-ish area, and as a result we could see a bump to 103 if we get the right kind of momentum. That comes later in the day, coming out of Japan in the form of the GDP numbers. It is anticipated to be very negative on the annualized second quarter, negative 7.1%. Something better than that could be good for the yen, sending the pair lower. A bad number, though, could have money driving out of the yen, and it could send the dollar-yen higher. 102 is right in the middle of a larger consolidation area, and we could aim for 103 due to that. Looking at the dollar-yen, you can see that we did get a little bit of a drop. As I mentioned previously, 102 offered support, and we did form a little bit of a hammer, suggesting that we would go to the top of the consolidation to the 103 level on a break of the top of the hammer. And those Japanese numbers could very well be the catalyst to see that happen. So we are certainly interested in buying above the 102.30 level. Looking at the euro dollar, a negative session for the day, but quite frankly, that's not a surprise in this type of downtrend. We still think that the euro dollar could go to the 1.33 level. A little bit of support at 1.3350, but at the end of the day, this is one of those markets that you're going to sell every time it rallies on a short-term chart. The British pound versus the US dollar did very little during the session, although it did show one thing. If you draw a line at 1.68, it did face a little bit of resistance, so we suspect that we're probably going to head to the 1.67 level, and a break of the bottom of the range for the previous day would be reason enough to start selling, in our opinion. And finally, looking at the S&P 500, you can see that the trend line was broken to the upside, so that's a positive sign, except we formed a little bit of a shooting star, so now we have to question whether or not there isn't some type of consolidation area waiting to happen. We believe that the market will go higher eventually, but a pullback may be coming, and all of the US indices look like this for the day. So we probably need to pull back slightly in a slightly negative move. We don't think it's a selling opportunity per se, except for short-term opportunities perhaps, the intraday binaries perhaps, but we think ultimately the buyers will come in and push this market higher. The opposite, of course, is if we move above 1945, that's a very strong number, and we should go directly to 1990 over the course of the next couple of days. And with that, we have looked at the Tuesday, August 12th trading session.